Addy, you've reached 100 appearances for Watford. Firstly, congratulations on reaching such a significant milestone.
Thank you very much.
Are you ready to take a look back at your time in the club?
Yeah, let's do it, let's go.
Right, we've picked out 12 moments from your time in the senior side, but before that, I just want to touch upon a certain image that a few people would have seen back from your days in the youth setup. Just describe what it was like back then and how you enjoyed playing for Watford.
Back then, results didn't matter. It was all about just the fun of football. And yeah, football was just fun. It was just going to the ground with your friends and just playing and having a lot of fun and a kick around. So yeah, no, it was a great time and I remember it fondly, to be fair.
And then you make your debut in August 2015 against Doncaster Rebels. Is there anything you can remember from that, and what was it like to make your senior debut for Watford?
That day, what I remember most was walking into the change room and seeing my name on my shirt. I think that, for me, was the biggest moment. I think when I was growing up, I used to go to the games. I think they were at Northwood, that the ladies used to play then, and watching the girls and wanting to be out there and dreaming and hoping that I'd be out there one day. So for me to walk into a change room and see my shirt hung up and then John to call me to tell me I was going on, you know, during the game, that was something that I couldn't have ever fathomed or imagined. So yeah, it was a great day.
That was your first appearance. Now we move on to your first goal. Unfortunately, we're lucky to have the footage of that. It was against Millwall Lionesses, and it wasn't a bad way to get off the mark, was it?
No, it wasn't. Let's have a little. This. Do you know what's funny about this goal, right? I was fuming because I wanted to take the free kick and the celebration, obviously. But I was fuming because I wanted to take the free kick, and Adekite at the time, our captain, she told me no, get in the box. So I was fuming, and as I was walking, one of the girls was like, why don't you just tell her you want to take it? And I was like, do you know what, just forget about it. And then she's obviously delivered the ball in. There's so much space between the ball and the front post. And I just thought, you know what, I'm just going to run at the ball and try and make contact, see what happens, and it went in. And then we ended up winning the game, which always feels nicer. So yeah, no, it was a good night, and I've enjoyed night games ever since that.
You didn't hang about after that, did you? Then the next game, I believe you got your first league goal against Tottenham Hotspur in what was an enthralling game.
Yeah. That's a good goal. I don't know how I scored that. Yeah, no, at this stage I was kind of in and out. I'd been there for a long time, but I wasn't really consistently playing. So I still felt like I had a point to prove. And I was still quite young as well. So yeah, I think at that point I wouldn't say I was comfortable. I wouldn't even say now that I'm comfortable.
For the rest of that season, you've started to get more and more minutes. It was a difficult season for the team, but towards the end, you had that victory over Oxford United. Was that just a big relief to get the win in the league that campaign?
Yeah, no, do you know what? That was a really good day. I think it was just, you know, when you're constantly losing and not picking up the points and maybe the results aren't, you know, replicating the performances, that was like a relief. I remember that it was a nice day. It was quite warm, and we went away, and away's always tough. It's always a tough game, Oxford. So for us to get that win was amazing, and the feeling of relief after that, I mean, it was great, and it was a great group of girls at the time as well. So yeah, no, that was a good game. After
that, it was a new beginning in the National League, but I want to touch upon a game in a different competition. In the Women's FA Cup that year, going all the way up to Middlesbrough, winning 7-2 and bagging 4 assists. Yeah. I really hope Helen and co treated you well after that.
Yeah, do you know what? This is the season I fell in love with assisting. Everyone knows I love it now, but I always used to love scoring goals. But this game, I think, more than anything, made me fall in love with that. This was probably my favourite one of the day.
So we've got all 4 of us here. You enjoyed just watching these back.
This was a good day, especially to go away to Middlesbrough. Like, it's not an easy place to go to travel to, and we didn't know anything about them. You know, we'd never played them or anything like that. So it was a tough game. You know, when you're playing the unknown, you kind of just have to play what's in front of you, and you can't really do much studying. Sorry, I'm just watching it. Yeah, no, it was a good game, and it was a good start to our life in that league. Which is what we needed, I think, just to settle us a little bit.
Then you go have Portsmouth at home, win 5-4, lose a big lead, stoppage time equaliser from the away side. You think, oh no, you go down straight down the other end and then assist a winning goal. How was that feeling?
Do you know what? This goal, as a team goal, as team goals go, this was the best I think I've ever been involved in, to be honest. Well, actually, I say that. You've got Plymouth as well, but this goal was just the way we just kept calm, and like you said, we literally conceded a couple, well, if even a couple minutes before that. So the fact that we went down the other end and scored a goal like that to win the game was in the 90th minute, 90 plus 3, crazy.
We'll move on to the next season now, so second season in the National League, and it was around October time where the team's really starting to find their feet, on fire. You'd scored 4 goals in 4 games, but I want to touch upon a particular one at home to Oxford where you've netted twice, 2 assists. One key question here is Beck's finally admitting that the 5th goal was yours.
She can't not admit it was mine. It was definitely mine. I've headed it in, but no, I think, do you know what, this game as well, I hadn't started this game well. I remember Armand having a go at me on the side saying, you got to wake up, and then I got the first one where I've spun the girl and passed it into Leggy, and she scored it. And after that, I just kind of guess I woke up, and you know, we then went in to win the game. I think this was a really important game, actually, if I remember it. I think it was us and Oxford near the top. So I think to win this, we were kind of like, we need the 3 points here. Yeah, that 5th goal is definitely mine. It's definitely my goal.
It comes to December, away at Plymouth at home park. It looks like that run's going to finally come to an end.
Yeah.
But you showed great spirit, down to 10 due to a sin bin and get a winning goal.
Oh, yeah, God.
And then the celebrations after, just try and put into words how breathtaking that game was.
I'm worried about what picture's coming next. I knew it was that picture. No, do you know what? This game, I remember it was an overnight stay. It was freezing cold. And it was, again, I think it was us and Plymouth kind of battling at the top, but it was such an important game, and it was freezing. And I think did we go down?
I think we went 2-0 down.
2-0 down.
Came back to 2-2.
Came back 2-2. And
then,
then like you said, sin bin, Ryan got put in the sin bin, and we all had a go for that, because we were like, I think at the time it was 4-4, we were like, what are you doing? But for us to score the 5th goal, being a player down, just showed the resilience in that team. I think that was one of the best teams I think I've ever been a part of, if I'm being completely honest. Everything just clicked. We all just kind of knew exactly what we were doing. We were drilled down to a T, and that's, you know, Ahmed as a coach. You know, I think he did really well that season with us, and yeah, it was a great game, and that I think was the last one before COVID. Am I correct? The last league game.
I was going to touch upon this a bit. Was there particular frustration that season, bearing in mind you were on such a good run, on course for promotion, and then got to the plate final, and then just things beyond your control?
Yeah, that was the. Do you know what? At the time, to be honest, because you didn't know what COVID was going to be, you kind of just thought, oh, we'll be a couple of weeks and then we'll be back playing. But obviously, 2 years later, it wasn't quite the case. But yeah, no, it was a great game to end on, and it's one that was, it's funny, it's notable because of the result and how we got the result, but it's notable as well because that was the last one before COVID. So yeah, no, it was a great game.
We move on to next season now, and the world's a different place, and there's one thing I want to touch upon. So we resume away at MK Dons, and that was the first time with the Black Lives Matter squad numbers. How important then was it to take a stand, and that you still are to this day?
Yeah, it was so important, I think, especially at that time where everyone had all this time to think and really, you know, sit with themselves, and you know, everything that was going on in the world with George Floyd and everything like that. You know, it was Meg that really wanted to push it. She had the idea, and you know, brought it into fruition, and all changed our shirt numbers, and they all had meaning, which I think was very important. Having a shirt number like 96 kind of gets people talking. So I think, yeah, no, that was incredibly important, and I think it was quite notable, and we had quite a bit of attention from it, which I think was a good thing. So, and still, like you said, now it's still important to keep that going, and you know, I think it has kind of carried on. Maybe lost a bit of momentum, but it's still, the conversation is still there. So I think it was such an important thing to do.
So that ends up being another curtailed season. So you don't get promotion the way you wanted to, but we've got another video footage here of a game against Plymouth where you've scored 2 free kicks. So while watching this, just try and put into words how much promotion meant, even though it was via upward movement rather than doing it properly on the pitch.
Yeah, it was 2 years of work. So much work that went into it. I can still remember it now. It was hard work every day in training. All of the girls put in so much work, and that's why when we did get promoted, I think it was important to say thank you to everyone that was there within those couple of years, because it wasn't, the girls that are here now, we're here now, and some of us were there at that point, but everyone got us there, and it was such an important period. I think as a club, as a team, we learned a lot about ourselves and built up a lot of momentum and confidence. And for me as a player, that's when I really, came into my own, I'd think, in those 2 seasons. So it was very, very important, those 2 seasons, but very exciting to now finally be in the league that we felt we deserved to be in. So
in the Championship, you've been a key player this season, racking up the appearances, which means you've got to that 100 mark, which you hit away at Charlton. Again, just try to explain, having come through the ranks at Watford and having played here for so many years, to reach such a significant milestone, what did it mean?
Like I said before, it was, when I was younger and going down to Northwood to go watch the women play, it was a dream for me to even think that I'd be on the pitch playing, even one game. So let alone 100, it's crazy to even just look at these pictures. It's crazy to think that I've gone 100. So especially at this club, which means a lot to me. So it's a great feeling, and hopefully 100 more to come.
We now look ahead and we look towards a video of a recent game where, at the Vic, beating London City Lionesses, where you've assisted the winner. I just want to touch upon the future a bit. So what do you think the future holds for yourself and for the club?
I can never say what the future holds, because that's not down to me, but I'm very excited. The group of girls are amazing here. We've got a good thing going. The results may not have been going our way, that one did, and it was a great result, especially the occasion being at the Vic and everything. It's stuff that you dream of. But I think we've got more things like that to come in the future. When we do click, it clicks really well. So I'm looking forward to it, and as long as the club will have me here, I'll be here. So I'm very excited.
Thanks very much for taking a trip down memory lane for us.
Thank you.
Congratulations again on it at 100, and then maybe we'll have the 200 one in a couple of years down the line.
Yeah, hopefully we do. Yeah, thank you very much for having me.